Hey everybody, this is Andrew. Today I have a review video of a build that I just completed, but not Lego. As you can see, this is a Mega Construx set, one of the new Masters of the Universe sets that I bought and showed in my haul video the other day. I haven't actually done review videos yet, but I wanted to do this one because, well, okay, first of all, I don't really do Lego review videos because there's a jillion people out there that do them and do them way better than I ever could, so there's really not a point. But with this stuff, I don't see very many Mega Construx videos out there. And now that I've had this experience, I know that what I did see didn't fully give me the expectation of how it would be. And so I thought this would be helpful to share my experience for other people that may want to get into collecting these. Maybe you're a He-Man fan or a fan of another thing they have. But either way, let's see how this goes. Okay, so to start with, when I open the box, it's one of these pull tab boxes, kind of like Lego does, only a little bit of a different tab, a bigger tab. I did try to cut here to begin with and open this, thinking I could pull the back part up and open it, but it's solid. Like it's all glued together solid, and so it didn't open that way, so I had to use the pull tab after all. And I'm not going to be able to flatten this box either because of the way it's designed. For one thing, the bottom part doesn't open, so that pretty much makes it so that you can't lay it flat. So I'm not sure if I'll keep it and try to store it. That might be kind of difficult. So the next thing was dumping out the bags and opening them up. It's similar to Lego, how you have bigger bags and some smaller bags inside of them. Some of them opened up easy like Lego bags, and some of them were kind of difficult. Like maybe they had too much glue on them or something. I'm not entirely sure what they did. I don't really know for sure. So, but not too difficult. I mean, I had to like use a knife to open them. No real big deal, I guess. So the next thing was the mini action figure. Sorry, I'm trying to think about this as I go through it. The next thing was the mini action figures. And I was pleasantly surprised that, unlike in the review videos that I've seen, these were actually in pieces. Except the arms were connected to the torso, but the rest of it was all in pieces, so I did get to assemble them. I'm wondering if the review videos I saw, and maybe those people had bought used sets and that's why they were put together. I'm not 100% sure, but these were all in pieces. And I was happy about that because my way of thinking about it is I'm going to buy a building set. I want to build everything. And so I wanted that experience. And, they're pretty decent. As you can see, they are quite small. I have small hands for a man, and you can see how tiny that is in my hand. It's quite small. It's not the greatest design. It's a little hard, getting there's like a pin that goes up through the torso to connect, or through the waist and the pants to connect them to the torso, and it's not the most stable. But I did get it together, and it is staying together now. The joints are fully articulate, which is kind of cool. And all in all, it's not bad, but it is really tiny. And now that I've seen this, I know for sure that it wouldn't be worth trying to collect just the figures. Whatever comes with the sets is great. But if you collect them individually, you're going to pay about $5 per figure. And that's just ridiculous to me. To give you a comparison, the full-size minifigures back in the 80s when I was a little kid were $5. I remember, going to stores and asking for $5 for a He-Man figure. And so that's how I remember what the pricing was. And that was for a full-size, like 5.5 inch figure. These are really tiny. So I don't think they're worth buying individually, in my opinion. And plus, once you start collecting the sets, I think eventually I'll end up collecting pretty much all of the characters anyway. Some of the sets I've seen, like the one featured here on the box, is a lot of repeats from other sets. In fact, I think they're all repeats if I'm not mistaken, except for Faker. I don't know if he's in any other sets. Another thing with these, I want to give you a comparison. This is how they are next to a Lego minifig. So it's a little bit bigger than a minifig. That kind of helps you see how big they are. And I have not seen that in another review video, so hopefully people appreciate that. And another little thing about the minifigures, it seems it's a little hard to tell here because Skeletor is on the platform, but I compared them before with them both on platforms. The Skeletor is a little bit taller, which I thought was kind of odd. He-Man should be the largest of all of them. But at any rate, so if any of you have any experience building Mega Construx sets and would be willing to share your experiences in the comments, I'd appreciate it. And also your opinions on any of this stuff that I talked about, including, whether or not I should keep the box. I don't know if they were collectible or if they add value to the sets as far as collectability like Lego does. I'd be interested in getting feedback on that if anybody does know. So anyway, moving on. The build of the Wind Raider was pretty good. These sets actually, I think, surprisingly to me a little bit, because I didn't know, and I've always thought it would be a lesser brand, but I think it's actually pretty solid. It goes together pretty similar to Lego. Some of the pieces are a little tough to snap together, but I think that just speaks to the quality of the parts. So, I'm more than okay with it. I think they're good quality. It seems like they're staying together. I can play with this, swoosh it around all I want, twist it around, whatever. It's not coming apart. It's put together really quite well. A lot of the parts, I say most of the parts are similar to or the same as far as the shape as Lego parts, but there's some that are unique. I don't know if they're unique to these Masters of the Universe sets or just unique to Mega Construx in general, but a pretty cool selection of parts. The display panel on here, as you can see, it's a transparent blue piece, so not a real display panel like a Lego set would have, but still, not bad. It's good enough. I was a little surprised to see there's wheels on the bottom of this. I didn't realize that the Wind Raider would have wheels. The only thing I can think, move that out of the way, maybe it's so like you could pretend you're taking off or something. I don't really know why there's wheels on it, but it's kind of cool. And these are to scale for their mini action figures. The action figures do fit in there. So I think that's pretty cool. They're actually to scale. One more thing to know in terms of the scale, so you have the idea. The picture on the box, I don't know if it comes across well on the video, but the picture on the box is just a little bit bigger than the actual Wind Raider. Not much, but a little bit. And the same goes for the action figures themselves. The one in the box is just a little bit bigger. Not a lot, but a little bit. So they're not really to scale in those pictures. But yeah, overall the build was good. I wish the bags would have been easier to open. I don't know what was up with that. And these parts here, by the way, these were extra parts that go on the bottom of it to stabilize it as you're building, and then as you take them off. They're a little difficult to take off. The Lego tool does work with this stuff, which helps. This is an extra display piece for the He-Man figure. And, excuse my hands, these are all the extra parts, all the spare parts from this build. By comparison to what I've ever seen from Lego, this is actually quite a few spare parts for this build, which, let's look here, 198 pieces. It's kind of a small build, so that's a generous amount of spare parts for that build. Another thing that's a little different, if you look at the photos here in the build, you'll notice the pegs are bright red and yellow, and in some cases blue, where the other parts attach to those. And you see how they show this here, where they're kind of laying the parts out. It's like you lay them on a table in this shape, and then it goes down on here in that shape. So it's a little different way to do the instructions. I actually like it because it seems like it's easier to tell what they intend for you to do, and it also cuts down on the bulk of the instruction book. I think Lego wastes a lot of steps with, like, pick out this one part. Okay, then pick out this one part and click it onto this one part. Lego could really consolidate their directions quite a lot. And what I did a lot just to verify what it was showing here, is looking at the next picture where it actually shows that on here, how it's laid on there, and that helps you to kind of verify what it is they want you to do. And so, yeah, I think the instructions are actually fairly good quality, and they're not overly thick or overly long. This only goes to 29 pages, and this is just to show you how the set works. The building actually ends at page 27. And then you get a parts list, similar to a Lego parts list. And it shows the 2 figures there. And then it advertises, these are the 5 figures in that 5-figure set. And I think they all come with, well, okay, He-Man, Skeletor, and Teela come with Castle Grayskull. I'm not sure about Beastman. I think Faker might be only in this pack, but I'm not 100% on that. But anyway, that's pretty much it for my experience with it. It was overall a good experience. And now that I know, yeah, the stuff is small. Like the minifigures are small, mini action figures, whatever you want to call them. But none of this is smaller than what I anticipated, is basically what I expected. And like I said, I think it's better quality than what I expected. I'm actually pretty happy with it. I'd recommend it to anybody. And again, like I said, I'd love to hear feedback from anybody else who has experience with Mega Construx sets. Or is it Mega Construx? I've always said Construx. I don't know if there's a right or wrong way, but at any rate, yeah, I'd appreciate some feedback. And of course, if you'd like to support the channel by hitting like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, I may do some more on the other sets. Not 100% sure, maybe just if there's anything out of the ordinary. But let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.